Okay. Hey there. Hey there. All right. Hello, everybody. This is weather outlook flashing for today. So, okay, to start, we have a slight risk in the high plains over here, in South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, going all the way up to the Canadian border right here. We got another slight risk over here in the Midwest, mostly over Iowa. Got tiny slivers over here in Illinois, Wisconsin, tiny sliver in Minnesota. A marginal risk spanning from North Dakota, South Dakota, all the way to Illinois. Got some over here in Michigan, Wisconsin, Iowa, some parts of Nebraska, Minnesota over there. And we have a marginal risk over here in Texas and a tiny sliver of southeastern New Mexico. And we got one over here in the Atlantic coast over South Carolina, North Carolina, tiny parts of Georgia, and Virginia over here. Main cities in this risks areas are Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Fargo, North Dakota, Waterloo, Iowa, Iowa City, Iowa, and WQ, Iowa. And there's the marginal risk is Charlotte, North Carolina, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Raleigh, North Carolina, and St. Paul, Minnesota. Right? Tornado risk today. No, really any tornado risk today. Less than 2% of all areas, so no need to really worry about tornado today. And wind risk. We got a 5-15% chance. We got 15% chance over here in the North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota up to the Canada border. 50% chance over here, mostly over Iowa. There are 5% chances over here in Texas, tiny sliver of New Mexico, and South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia. And again, main cities: Cedar Rapids, Fargo, Waterloo, WQ, Bismarck, Charlotte, Minneapolis, Raleigh, St. Paul, and Greensboro. And the hail risk, which is, let's say, the highest risks today, we have a SIG 1 15% chance over here in the high plains, where South Dakota, North Dakota, 50% chance of that happening. We isolated large hail up over here, and we have a 50% chance over here in Iowa. Nothing over here in Texas or the East Atlantic coast. Mostly centered over the high plains in Midwest for today. We go into the fire risk. As you can see, we finally got out of that level 3 out of 3 extreme fire risk. Got a level 2 out of 3, which is still unfortunately high over here in the Four Corners region, center of the Southwest, over Utah, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico. And we got a level 1 elevated risk over New Mexico, Arizona, Colorado, Utah, tiny parts of Wyoming. We got over here in Las Vegas area, Nevada, and some parts of California over here. Now, if we go to the storm reports from yesterday, you can see we have 2 tornado reports. The tornado risk kind of busted yesterday. Didn't really meet the SIG 1 standards over here. over in North Dakota and South Dakota. And they have one tornado report in North Dakota and one in Illinois over here. But I'd say we definitely did meet the criteria for uh, wind over here. We have 152 wind reports over here in the high plains over spanning from Utah all the way to North Dakota to the Canada border. And we have some over here in the mid Mississippi Valley, from some over here in the East Atlantic coast. We have one isolated low wind risk over here in the Arkansas-Oklahoma border. And one over here in Delaware is kind of isolated. And one over here in Ohio is kind of isolated. All right. And right now, no mesoscale discussions in effect right now. No winter's weather, no severe thunderstorms right now. All right, now over to weather fronts. All right, let's bring that down. All right, that's what the current radar looks like. I can see nothing too severe yet. You got a large straight line of thunderstorms over here, and it was spanning from the top in the north of Nebraska all the way up into Canada over here, near Regina, Canada, over here. Just kind of make it hook shape as it goes up to there. And yeah, we have some wind reports spanning from 60, 70, and 80 mile per hour wind reports. Yeah. Hold on, let me fix this. Okay. Let that load for a bit. And this is what it looks like. What it looks like over the past 3 hours. See, I'm moving east over here. It's going to continue pushing east into Iowa and Minnesota. So those parts would get some action in the next couple hours if it survives the journey there. But it looks like. Right now we have still a tornado watch over here, South Dakota. Moderate chance of a tornado, 50%. Wouldn't rule out an isolated strong tornado. Is 30% of an EF2 plus tornado. Although don't really see a risk for it to be that high. Moderate risk of 60 mile per hour winds, moderate risk of 75 mile per hour winds, which I agree with. And some hail, 1 to 2 inch sized hail, 60% 1 inch plus hail, 50% chance of 2 inch plus hail. It'll be caught off guard and start hailing randomly, especially South Dakota over here. And then severe thunderstorm watch. We have no chance of an EF2 plus tornado. We have a low chance of a tornado in general, only 20% chance. Moderate chance, 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Moderate 30% chance, say 5 mile per hour wind gusts. Moderate risk of both 1 to 2 inch large hail. And actually, even though it's late June right now, some winter storm action over here in the northwest. Looks like we have some snow right now in Wyoming, but this blue stuff is over here. And yeah, we have some stuff over here in Montana, Idaho. Right now we actually have a winter storm warning for our next day. 1 day, 7 hours, 37 minutes. So that expires June 29th at 8 a.m. There's heavy wet snow possible above 6,500 feet. You have snow up to 4 to 8 inches. 4 to 8 inches can close out some roads. With 12 inches at its highest peak. Of course, it's gonna be below freezing outside. Dress properly for the winter if you live in any of these areas. And wind gusts 10 to 20 miles per hour with highest reaching up to 30. This can trigger hypothermia even faster. So, gotta be prepared for that. Be prepared your necessities, med kits, flashlights, all that stuff. Those are the most populated areas near here is is Missoula in this? Seems Missoula's just outside this warning. And but Butte, Montana, one of the more populated areas in Montana. Gotta be prepared for that winter stuff tomorrow. We have some looks like light snow action going on over here already. And yeah. We got composite reflectivity. That's what it looks like for a northwest our next couple days. Right now, 12. See a future cast. It's light, and then yeah. I guess there's just some snow accumulation over here. Alright, let's go precipitation type. That'll be better. Alright, precipitation type, more accurate. See the snow. It already starts in right here. Be more heavy by tomorrow. It's kind of over rotates itself into Canada. It slips into Canada into Montana over there. Okay, brings more snow, heavy snow, especially over here in Yellowstone. And get some snow there. Get some snow up in Wyoming. Could be as far south as right here. Little isolated spot right there. Yeah, this could bring some snow into even Oregon over here. Yeah. Yeah, some snow in west central Oregon over there. Yeah. Typically don't see us in late June. Especially in the Yellowstone area over here. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Now back to composite reflectivity. To each region. This is southwest for the next couple days. Sunday, nothing happening. Monday, nothing happening. Except in New Mexico. Over here, like southeastern New Mexico, we get some stuff. Some isolated thunderstorms. Yep. Over here, you get some. Monday, we could get some discrete cells over here. In Oklahoma and Texas, up into Kansas over here. Discrete supercells usually being a higher risk for tornadoes, just so you guys know, instead of long straight line of thunderstorms. Yeah. Could be some stuff over here in the northern plains over here. These continue to Minnesota and Iowa. Kind of fade out by the time it reaches Illinois and Wisconsin. Yeah, this could be some storms popping up over here on early Monday morning. And some more in North Dakota in the early afternoon, late evening. Kind of pushes northeast into Canada. Canada, watch out, I could get some action too. Those are near Winnipeg, Regina, Dauphine, Brandon, Weyburn, Estevan. Yeah, here's gonna get some stuff too over here. Yeah. Over here in this area, Midwest Mississippi Valley. And see Sunday, or today, get some new storm development in Kentucky and all the way to North Carolina. It actually creates kind of like a line from Iowa to North Carolina, and it kind of breaks apart late Sunday morning. He's pushed past Nashville they miss Nashville and they go into Knoxville, Tennessee. And these push southeast over here. It could build up again late Sunday to early Monday morning. Yeah. Here. Get some storms in Florida Monday. Some positives in central Florida along the coast over there. The northeast over here. Get some action Sunday. Could get some cells popping up in Maine. Basically along the northeast right here. Could push down into the coast over here. Into the sea. Overall, that's what it looks like. Yeah. The way it rotates like that is just interesting over Missouri and Canada. Or not Missouri, Montana and Canada. Like a mini hurricane over here. It's interesting. One of our viewers, actually, from the last live stream wanted to know what it'd be like in Texas, but unfortunately he's not here this time. But anyways, this is what it's going to look like for Texas, anyways. This Sunday is more action like West Texas and Sunday. And Monday should be pretty clear, mostly. Could be some isolated thunderstorms, nothing too severe in East and South Texas, and kind of the Northeast Texas near Dallas over here, down to Houston, even down to Brownsville. Not gonna be much action, just an isolated pop-up thunderstorm or two seeping in from the Gulf over here. Yeah, Monday should be pretty quiet over here. This part, Texas over here. Oh, why did we do that? This part, Texas over here. It would be pretty quiet. Yeah. That's what it looks like. You have that Cape for most unstable. Oh, weren't supposed to see that yet. That's what it looks like over Sunday. Sunday Sunday afternoon, be a lot of Cape over here in the Midwest. It pushes north. Monday could bring pretty high Cape over here in the high Midwest, mid-Mississippi Valley and Midwest. It could be Cape values up to nearly 5,000 in some of these areas. Nearly 5,000. Pretty high. Yeah, up to nearly 5,000. Oh, too far. It kind of builds down over here in the Central Plains, pushes north to even Canada over here. It's the Cape. Look at significant tornado parameter. Yeah, it's some 5 over here. So it looks like oh wow, yeah, it's old over here. You gotta go midnight. See, tornado risk kind of dies down over here. Yeah, you can see it dies out, fades out over here. Sunday could have an isolated strong tornado or two. It could be up to 5 in some isolated areas in northwestern Iowa, into Minnesota late Sunday. over here. Dies out Sunday and Monday morning. Actually, over here, there's some pop-ups over here in western Nebraska and South Dakota. And Monday is first when the action starts for a tornado potential. We could, yeah, Monday, early afternoon Monday, could see some higher tornado values, significant tornado values. Go to 2 p.m. You can see in eastern North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, you got tornado parameters up to 10. Wow. North Dakota. Could be strong to significant tornadoes possible over here. Value of 10. Man. Yeah, it could be potential outbreak over here. The high plains over here in high Midwest. And see, 4 p.m. the values are the highest over here, especially in Canada. You have to 10 in Canada, Minnesota, North Dakota. Yeah, it's get pretty high. Pretty good chances for outbreak potential over here on Monday. Gotta be careful over here. Upper Minnesota, North Dakota, southern Canada border. Yep. Get that. Snowfall totals. That's what the future looks like for the snowfall totals. Starting at midnight. See values anywhere ranging from like 0.3 inches all the way up to 7, nearly 8 inches of snow already in Idaho, Montana. Some parts of Wyoming over here. And yeah, it would be the future. By Monday afternoon, these values could be up to 14 inches of snow, over a foot of snow in late June. We're here in Yellowstone. Values up to 10 inches over here in some isolated areas, and keep going further. Yeah, this could get up to pretty high snowfall amounts. Got some snow over here in Utah. A tiny part of Colorado over here, it looks like. And there's snowfall in Nevada right here. Give it to 7 inches in that isolated area. Cover some snowfall in California, Oregon over here. Even Washington could have an isolated snow in some areas, some high mountains, up to 0.3 inches. Or 0.9 inches, actually. Some over here, or in Canada. Of course, this is the main risk over here. West Yellowstone kept up to 1.3 inches. Isolated areas in Yellowstone and Silky up to 25 inches over 2 feet of snow. Over here, heaviest along Idaho, Montana border, up to 29 inches of snow. That is really high over here for this time of year. Yeah, let's even find values of 30 anywhere. 29.8 is the highest so far. Yeah, this is, man. Oh, we have a 30-inch snowfall over here for Futurecast in Montana. Yeah, pretty high. 30.5 inches over here. Oh, highest so far, 33.9 inches of snow over here in Montana again. Yeah, this is, man. Usually don't see, I mean, you can see snowfall this time of year, but not that much. much typically. It's a lot. A lot of snow. Close to 3 feet in some areas. Close to 3 feet. Oh, forgot to check the supercell composite parameter. Alright, that's see highest values right now at midnight is in Nebraska. Up to 34, 35 in some areas. Here you keep going, dies out. Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon starts to pick up again, especially on Iowa and Illinois over here. Dies up to 30, 31. Keep going. Sunday dies down. Late Sunday after evening, it builds up again. Nebraska and South Dakota dies down. Monday, it's when it starts to pick up again. Late afternoon, early or late morning to early afternoon. Values up to 35. This again pushes north into Canada, and supercell risks there too, along with isolated strong tornadoes possible. Yeah, this is money of a pretty good risk. Here. I like the temperatures right now across the United States. Highest right now is to be Phoenix, 101 degrees over here. Oh, highest actually Mesa, 102 over here, and Chandler. Here, values up to 104 degrees, saying you're Death Valley, California. Oh, that's my bad. That's future. Right now, it's actually 85 in Phoenix right now. Yeah, 85, not 101. Forget what I said earlier. Now in Death Valley, it's 92, the highest places. Yeah, it's what it looks like across the United States right now. Pretty cold, low freeze in some areas. Be down to 22 degrees in some areas. We're here in Wyoming. Let's go future. See, it starts to be a heat wave over here. Man, it could be hotter in Oklahoma, Kansas, and Texas, and some parts of Arizona than Phoenix. Washington. First looks at Washington's temperature. Right now is currently what Washington looks like. Got some 60s, 50s. Seattle's 55 right now. Cole's temperature seems to be, we have a value of 10 degrees in Washington. Over here. 10 degrees. Let's look at the future for Washington. Okay, highest values. Like Seattle will top out at 69 degrees on Sunday at around 3 p.m. And it's cold again over here. Monday afternoon starts to pick. Yes, Seattle's got some pretty good temperatures, and most of all of Washington, or most of Washington's will be warm, especially in the eastern half over here. Warm, mild. Of course, mountains will be cold, obviously in Washington. And then let's look at the future air for Washington. Right, that's what it looks like right now. Isolated showers over here. Possible thunderstorm. Look in the future. Some isolated pockets of showers over here. And this area, the same area that rotates from Montana and Canada, rotates and seeps into Washington as well, specifically in northeast corner. Could bring some rain over here, some moderate rain. And yeah, Seattle shouldn't really get too much of anything. Mostly eastern half of Washington just gets some light to moderate rain. Over the next 2 days. Yeah, nothing too crazy over here. Oh. That's not loading. Wait for that to load. Yeah, so what future rainfall looks like for Washington. And that values up to 0.47 inches, 0.7 inches right here. For the next 2 days, okay, rainfall amounts as highest what looks to be 1.72 inches over here. It's like northeastern Washington. Yeah, you could values anywhere from 0.01 inches of rain to 1.72 inches of rain, the highest amounts. The highest rainfalls over here. Montana could be up to 9 inches over there. And so Washington looks like nothing too crazy. It'd be maybe minor small flooding in some really low level areas. Bro. I'm not gonna answer that question. It's late at night, so yeah, Washington's nothing too crazy. Mild temperatures for the next couple days. Some isolated rainfall over here in the Seattle area, mostly in the mountains in eastern Washington. Right here. Yeah, that's what Washington looks like. I'll go back to the Storm Prediction Center really quickly. I'll go to the day 2 risk as well. For day 2 risk, we have a large slight risk over here, covering most of Minnesota, eastern half of North Dakota, South Dakota, northeastern Nebraska, and some northwestern parts of Wisconsin, and this tiny part of Michigan over here. And tornado risk seems to be 5%. Highest is concentrated over the Minnesota, North Dakota, and Canada border. Being isolated tornadoes over here. 5% chance of it happening anywhere in a 25-mile radius over there. 2% chance maybe from northeast Nebraska all the way up to Canada, covering most of Minnesota. That's all it really is for tomorrow. It's Monday. Wind risk, large 15% chance over here in Minnesota. Again, this same areas basically where that slight risk was over here. Yeah, outlines it basically perfectly. The wind, 5% chance over here, 15 over here. Hail, be a high straight over here. Got a SIG 1 for hail in western Minnesota, northeast Nebraska, and eastern North and South Dakota. Isolated areas of a large to very large hail. Estimate about 2 inches, 3 inches at the highest maybe over here in these areas. Even those can still cause some damage, especially the car windshields. Just watch out for that if you're in these areas. And day 3, or yeah, say just this area over here. Day 3, there are large marginal risks spanning from southeastern Wyoming, northeastern Colorado, all the way up to Michigan and the Canada border over here. Goes to Nebraska, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Probabilistic is just a 5% so far. 5% chance of it's all hazards so far. It's just what it looks like. It's an early estimate. And then day 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no risk yet so far. That could change in the future. Yeah, just a large slight risk over here. So I want to go back to the complementary reflectivity really quickly. Monday. Yeah, give me some isolated cells up here. Monday. Yeah, these areas. It looks like highest areas over here. Minnesota, North Dakota. Spasmville. I don't know what that is, so I'm sorry. I can't help you with that. I'm sure it's lining up correctly. First, a lot less happening for a slight risk. Large area of slight risk. Constant reflectivity to make sure not what's happening. Once there's some action building up late Monday afternoon to evening is possible. The radar just doesn't go out that far yet, so yeah, we have to check tomorrow. I'll see tomorrow on I'll see today in today's later short outpost. Talking about the complementary reflectivity when it's more updated. Because there's some action over here in Wisconsin, actually, over here. But most of that cyrus is concentrated over Minnesota, it looks like. So, see if anything changes over there. Yep. Into outlooks really cool. There's fire risk over here. Tomorrow's fire risk is finally getting lower over here. We have a level 1 out of 3 risk and elevated fire risk for the southwest over Arizona, tiny sliver of Nevada, areas of Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and Wyoming. Still a risk for a wildfire though. Just be careful handling any fire, such as campfires or cigarettes in the wilderness anywhere in these areas. Little risk. Now, so hurricanes. So we have two areas we're concentrating on. Over here in the Pacific, we have a disturbance, so a 50% chance of a medium disturbance over this next 7-day period. Next 2-day period is a low 20% chance over here. Shower thunderstorm associated with a tropical wave is located over here. And yeah, environmental conditions forecast to be less conducive for development for the second half of the week. And yeah, over here. Well, it looks. Oh my gosh. Okay, and Atlantic disturbance, number 1. 0% chance for the next 2 days of anything really happening over here. 7-day period of a 20% chance, so a low chance over here. We have a broad low pressure area is expected to form offshore south of the coast of the United States, along the western end of a frontal system in the next couple of days. Gradual development in the system will be possible thereafter while it drifts westward. Over here. This is from National Weather Service, National Hurricane Center from Miami, Florida. Oh, they also covered. Yeah, I covered this area too over here. Yeah, those are 2 disturbances right now in the United States. Now, excessive rainfall outlook. Oh, that's yesterday. Today, we don't have a moderate risk anymore for excessive rainfall. A slight risk at the highest over here in the east coast near the Atlantic. Over here, Ceremony in northeastern North Carolina. and a tiny part of Virginia. Here's some isolated, to some scattered flooding in these areas from excessive rainfall. A marginal risk over here, too, kind of wonky shape over here. South Dakota, North Carolina, or no, not South Dakota, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia. We have West Virginia, parts of Kentucky, Maryland, and Delaware. Isolated risk over here, New Mexico, Texas, and tiny sliver of Oklahoma, and have a moderate risk over here, starting from most of Minnesota, eastern half of North and South Dakota, good amount of Wisconsin, some parts of Michigan over here, Upper Peninsula, and chance over here in Montana. The next couple of days, marginal isolated flooding here in the same area in the Texas and New Mexico. Over here in the north, a wonky shape again. Nebraska goes to South Dakota, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, North Dakota, Montana. That was for Monday. This is Tuesday. Again, that risk in New Mexico and Texas. Over here in the Dixie Alley, this deep south, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. Some over here in the northeastern Maine, Massachusetts, just north of most of the Boston area, some parts of New York, Vermont, good amount of New Hampshire. Over here in the Midwest, Nebraska, South Dakota, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan Upper Peninsula. Day 5, area 5 moves out New Mexico and Texas. You're over here in the Midwest, over here in some of the high plains. Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin, Michigan. Yep, what it looks like. Flooding trends will tend to decrease for the next couple of days. Let's go to Climate Prediction Center how it looks. You can see it's gonna be supposed to be a heat wave hitting the Midwest over here. We have wave of average temperatures most of the United States over here. Only exception is this part of the West and Northwest. We actually have below average temperatures in Washington and Oregon. Major cities in areas Eugene, Oregon, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, Yakima, Washington, Forks, Bellingham, Salem, Oregon, Bend, Oregon. What? Nebraska. Hold on. Nebraska. Okay, this way, Nebraska. Nebraska. So it looks like storms will move out. They start to, yeah. Nebraska is going to start staying quiet for the next few days, it looks like over here. Some isolated pop-up cells in eastern Nebraska on Monday, late Monday. Yeah. Most of Nebraska should stay quiet for the next 2 days, it looks like. Alright. Back to the outlooks. Yeah, wave of average temperatures over here. Precipitation, this large area over here, this is associated with the main fire risk in the west over here. We got below average precipitation starting most over Nevada, Utah, and Arizona, and more areas spanning out to Idaho, Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, and California. This is why this has to do with some risk of the fire risk over here because it's dry, not really much precipitation. It's like a high risk, or not high risk, high pressure system blocking this area over here. And yeah, the eastern half of the United States going up to the north over here. some above average precipitation chances. And from the southeast to northeast, Midwest, Mississippi Valley, high central plains, all the way up to the northwest. And we have a little part over here in Texas. Highest chance over here are starting over northeastern Washington, North Iowa, highest are northwestern Montana. That was a 6 to 10 day outlook. 8 to 14 day outlook. Yeah, most United States is above average temperatures. And except for this tiny sliver in California, Oregon, Washington over here. But not much people even really live here. So, and some do, but obviously the other 99% of the United States lives in these areas. So, precipitation wise, it starts to move north a little bit for the dry, below average precipitation. Mostly starting over Nevada, got some over here in California, Oregon, Idaho, and Utah. Humidity and heat index. Just give me 1 second in the humidity and heat index. So look at this really quickly. High chances of above average precipitation is actually over Arizona over here. We get some monsoon precipitation, specifically over southern Arizona and times of New Mexico. We got Tucson here, Ajo, and Sierra Vista, Benson, Douglas, Bisbee, Gila Bend. Yeah, it goes all the way to the northeast to Maine over here, all the way to the southeast, mid-Mississippi Valley, mid-Atlantic coast, south over here, going to California. And now, monthly, above average temperatures actually highest is over here, northwest, over Washington, Oregon, Idaho, Nevada, Montana, California, Utah. And it's like a little heat dome over here, like the Chicago dome is blocking all this out because they're getting tired of the heat now. And it just spans over here, goes a little loop-de-loop over here, northwest and northeast, but Midwest, mid-Mississippi Valley, high central plains and plains overall. There's going to be normal chances. And precipitation-wise, highest chances over here, these two areas. Over here in mid-Mississippi Valley, over Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, just north of Nashville area in Tennessee, Illinois, entire areas, Missouri, be above average, and the surrounding areas too, slightly above average. And over here, we have a center for most of Utah, Mount Colorado, Arizona, Nevada, Wyoming, Idaho, and New Mexico for the monsoon precipitation push up north over there. Yeah, a below average area is over here, northwest Seattle area, western half of Washington. And we have north over here, Minnesota, Wisconsin, North Dakota, Montana, South Dakota. We have over here near the Gulf, over Houston, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, tiniest sliver of Arkansas right there. That's what it looks like. All right. On here. Ow. I'm not sure myself how to measure humidity, but I just know it can push up from the Gulf right here. Push up from the, let me get this. This pushes up from the Gulf right here to the Midwest and South. And it's going to bring humidity, temperatures get really high over here. Let's see, this can activate storms. This goes along well with daytime heating over here. And yeah, spike up storms. The heat index. Here's what it'll make it feel like. Yeah. You can get really hot over here. This pushes up north for the next couple days. It's gonna push moisture up into Minnesota over here. Can't draw these lines good, but Minnesota over there. So activate storms in this area. That's this boundary line over here. Right here, the line. And push over here. It's can all combine into each other into this area over here. This will fire up the storms for the next couple days in this north Midwest area over here. That's what it's gonna look like. Turn that off. Natural disaster. Yeah, natural disaster is accurate. Humans can't control when tornadoes happen, hurricanes, all that stuff. Unfortunate they happen, but yeah. But climate change, though, is definitely a thing, though. Yeah, humans do have to do with some climate change, especially all the gases being put into the atmosphere, mess with our climate. But overall, humans can't really control when tornadoes happen right now and hurricanes and stuff. I don't really think it shifts blame away. It's just they happened. That's why they call them natural over here, all across the world. Let me the cloud cover really quickly. Let me first load. Right, cloud cover looks like right now. Start from the east to northwest over there. Cool days. Yeah. Kind of like a little dome around Arizona. Arizona's kind of gonna be the most sunny for the next 2 days. Barely any clouds slip through over there. Oh, go over this side too. Yeah. Arizona's gonna be the most sunny. Entire states will be covered by clouds in these next couple days, especially when the storms start activating again. A lot of them in the northwest, basically stationary at this point almost. You can see because it does that same rotational motion like the hurricane motion we hear in Montana Canada border. Really interesting over there. How would you describe climate change and how it will affect our future? How is it different from global warming? Let me think. Climate change, there's more stuff is kind of happening now, like more wildfires, less precipitation, more extreme temperatures, especially in Europe right now. Again, massive heat wave right now, and the Midwest United States right now going through a heat wave. Yeah, could affect our future. We keep doing it, using a lot of gases in the atmosphere. Could affect our future a lot more. Most likely not, possibly in our lifetime, but extreme changes probably happen after our lifetime. But yeah, global warming. Global warming means temperatures overall getting more hotter in the world. Sea levels and stuff like that are rising, kind of, and Yeah, it's overall getting higher in the entire world. And yeah, I think last year or 2 years ago we had one of the hottest summers on record, I think. Yeah, that was pretty bad. And we're just breaking more and more heat records every year. It's unfortunate, especially earlier this year in Arizona, California, and stuff. You're breaking record heat in March. Temperatures up to 112, and you're like Yuma and stuff like that. It's ridiculous. Unfortunate. Right now, it's gonna dip down to the 90s in Phoenix, in the Phoenix area. Like like the next couple days go down to the 90s, which you typically don't see in late June. Late June or early July is usually the hottest time frame for Arizona. This will be one of the coolest times in summer before it starts to spike up again. Typically, you only see 90-degree days and high 60s to low 70s temperatures. Yeah. Low 100s, high 90s over here. And Tuesday will be more cooler. Temperature started down to low 70s, mid 70s. Whitman 70, Wickenburg 68, Phoenix 73, Tucson 72, Flagstaff 50. Any other questions? Let me find the weather for some other states or anything. Ugh. Ugh. Ugh, man. Oh, we actually have a new mental skill discussion over here. And northwestern Iowa, southeastern Minnesota, southwestern, or no, southeastern South Dakota, and tiny sliver of Nebraska over here. Once these storms keep pushing east, we're probably gonna trigger more message skill discussions. Yeah, that's concerning severe thunderstorm watch over here. Winds 55 to 70 miles per hour, some isolated damaging winds. Hail up to 1.25 inches. Over here. Oh, what was that? Ah, so some new pop up over there. These are all old wind reports. Yeah, we have new severe thunderstorm watch over here. EF2 plus chances low, 0% chance. Tornado risk overall 20%, still low. 60, 70 mile per hour wind gusts is moderate. Moderate risk of 1 to 2 inch size hail, 40 to 30%. That is just issued new over here. We have some severe thunderstorm warnings over here. What do we have? We have like, give me a second. We have 2 severe thunderstorm warnings right now over here in South Dakota. This one is issued for 60 mile per hour winds. Is radar indicated, hail up to 1 inch. Radar indicated. Second severe thunderstorm warning is higher winds, same mile per hour winds, radar indicated. Hail 1 inch in size, radar indicated. Damage strike is considerable. What was this other one? No damage threat here, but still maybe some isolated damage is possible though. Special weather statement over here, just past that. Winds up to 30 miles per hour, hail to 0.75 inches. That'll get canceled soon as the storms move more east. Looks like over here just got a new flash flood warning in Kentucky over here. Where's the new one? For next 4 hours. Oh yeah, over here. New flash flood warning. near Glasgow, Kentucky, over here. Some heavy rain over here. Just passed through the area. Expires June 28th, 5:15 a.m. Central Daylight Time, that'd be 7:15 a.m. for them. But, yeah, Doppler radar indicated heavy thunderstorms producing 1 to 2 inches of rain. That 1 to 2 inches of rain have fallen. Additional 0.5 to 1.5 inches are additional rain is possible in this morning. Flash flooding is ongoing, expected to begin shortly. Flash flooding is caused by thunderstorms. Flash flooding of small creeks, streams, urban areas, highway streets, and underpasses, as well as poor drainage in low-lying areas. Gotta be on the lookout over here for your Glasgow, Park City, Cave City, and Highsville. It's just outside of the morning area, but still be watching out for that stuff. Other flash flood warnings over here, north of Ledgefield, mostly over Fordsville over here. 0.5 to 1.8 inches of rain have fallen. Additional 1 to 2 inches of rain are possible. Again, flooding in small creeks, streams, urban areas, highways, streets, underpasses, poor drainage in low-lying areas are all at risk of flash flooding. I have some over here. We have one warning in Tennessee for Knoxville, Powell, Clinton, Oak Ridge, Hearn Valley, Pedros, Rocky Top. This for 2 hours 45 minutes. 1 to 2 inches of rain have fallen. Additional another 1 to 2 inches are possible. Thus flooding of small creeks, streams, urban areas, highway streets, underpasses, and poor drainage low-lying areas are also at risk again. Over here, Tennessee. Also got 2 over here in West Virginia. A large area over here. Or no, 2 different ones. This one now 59 minutes. 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain have fallen. No additional rainfall is expected. Looks like because these storms are now dying out over here. These are probably the main storms over here, but they passed through a while ago already. More rain is expected. Still ongoing flooding of the same small creeks, streams, highways, urban areas, low-lying areas with poor drainage. Over here, in an hour 14 minutes. And we have between 1.5 to 2 inches of rain have fallen in this area. Expected rainfall rate is 0.5 to 1.25 inches of rain in 1 hour. Flash flooding is ongoing, expected to begin shortly. Looks like it's not going to bring any additional rainfall. These storms have died out or passed through over here. So, yeah, it's for West Virginia. Again, flooding of small creeks, streams, urban areas, highways, streets, and underpasses, and poor drainage low-lying areas are all at risk here in West Virginia. Over here. And we even have a special marine warning over here just outside of North Carolina. For another 28 minutes. Here. Strong thunderstorms are extending along line staying from 8 and then southwest of South Tower near AR-160 moving northeast at 20 knots. Hazard is wind gusts to nearly 50 knots in small hail, as radar indicated. As is moving east, northeast over here. Again, y'all can ask me to check different areas out for you if you want. Check the weather for you there. Like one of the severe thunderstorm warnings was just canceled for South Dakota. This is the only one over here right now. Spasmville. Afraid it's not a place I can find over here. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know where Spasmville's at. I don't even know if it's a real place, so sorry I can't check that. Who's that third viewer that keeps leaving and joining? Oh, looks like one of the storm chasers forgot to turn off the cameras over here in Bismarck. Edgar O'Neill. Cheddarville and Poopville. I'm afraid those places most likely don't exist, or if they do, I'm not going to find them over here. No. Current warnings right now. Special weather statement is also canceled. Oh, never mind. Special weather statement's still there, but it will get canceled pretty soon. Let me go to the. Oh, I need to use this. Alrighty. Oh yeah, 60. 74 mile per hour wind gusts over here near Bridgewater. Yeah, this deserves a severe thunderstorm warning. Over here is getting close to severe thunderstorm warning criteria. Need like 60 mile per hour winds. Highest over here is 54 miles per hour, just 6 miles shy of the. Actually, 55 miles per hour, 5 miles shy of the severe thunderstorm warning criteria over here. Winds have been gradually increasing, it looks like, over here. Alright, yeah. Well, it looks like. Yeah, it's too far away from radar. It's not accurate over there. From the radar I'm using, which is. Which is this? Which radar site is this? That's Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls radar site. Huh. Oh, no, not Sioux Falls. Oh, it's Sioux. What sort of radar site this is? I don't know, it's Sioux Falls or. Huh. It's interesting. Yeah. This one's. Is that for Sioux City? That's Omaha? It's Omaha's radar site over here. 64-mile-per-hour wind gust. It's been recorded northwest of northwest of Waverly over here. Technically, it's the potential over there for severe thunderstorm warning criteria. But it's probably not going to be enough, though. It's only one wind gust recorded. So, let me go back to the NAS or MRS MS rate. Yeah. Any other cities people want me to find that are real? At these velocities. Yeah, not really high wind gusts here. Any other city that exists, y'all can ask me to look for it. As main concerns over here. Main concern right here in South Dakota. There'll be different concerns moves into Minnesota and Iowa over here. Where is the coldest place on Earth? Coldest place on Earth is Antarctica. Antarctica. Ugh. Yep, Antarctica. Oh, man. Oof. Yeah. I'm gonna go brush my teeth in a bit. Still gonna spend a couple more minutes here though. Just viewing, chatting, answering questions. How's Kansas looking? Glad you asked. Let's go to compulsory reflectivity. Oh, it's precipitation. Alright. Wait for this to load over here. Starting at 1 a.m. now. Kansas is mostly dry right now. So we go later into Sunday. Kansas is all dry. Monday, could be some isolated shower, pop-up thunderstorm, early to late afternoon, early evening in Kansas. Don't be caught off guard if one of these cells reaches your area, because really isolated cells over here. And temperature wise, oh no, temperature. Yeah, 70s for Kansas. But so you get later into the day on Sunday, you have a heat wave going through Kansas. Temperatures will be up to 104 in Kansas, so definitely above average temperatures for this part over here. Yeah, western, central Kansas, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get the main part of the heat. Eastern Kansas, kind of spared from it, but it'll still be low to mid 90s. But as it gets into the night, it'll be 70s, mid to high 70s and low 80s. So, yeah, he only really goes away for a bit, Kansas, during the night. It'll spike up again on Monday. Doesn't seem to be as high as Sunday though. So Sunday is going to be a big day. Monday will still be some heat too, If it's humid, that'll make it more, uh, feel more hotter over there. Humidity. Let me see humidity. Make it slowed. All right, humidity. Humidity is pretty high right now, 58 to 86. Garden State of Kansas City. Over there. I mean, Kansas City's Missouri, but still near the Kansas-Missouri border. But it'll be some humidity Sunday. It'll be kind of a blockage over here in the central. So, Michigan. I'll get to that 1 second. See the. Yeah, humidity. It'll be humidity some places. They'll make it feel more hot. Humidity is mostly in eastern Kansas, so be a blockage over here from the high pressure will make the humidity lower. But yeah, this is for relative humidity. Okay, Michigan. Obaka Tuso alerts. Yeah, Obaka Tuso alerts. The way to go. Good job. All right, now for Michigan. Let's go back to compulsory reflectivity. Keep against precipitation area thing. Michigan. Start at 1 a.m. Nothing too much right now. Let's begin later in the Sunday. Could be some, I say, the scattered storms in Michigan. It's gonna be late Sunday afternoon to early evening. Because some isolated moderate rainfall over here going through Michigan. It'll kind of die down, but Monday morning there'll be some more heavy rain passing through the northwest side of Michigan over here, and then going to the Upper Peninsula. Late Monday morning, they'll kind of die down on Monday afternoon. It'll bring the rainfall over here to Canada, and temperature rise for Michigan. Yeah, so that'll be more cooler than Kansas. 60s and 50s over here. Okay, who is that third viewer, I wonder? That keeps leaving and rejoining every only 5 seconds. Hey, temperatures be up to in the Upper Peninsula it'll be high 60s over here. We have low to mid 80s over here. Oh, but Monday. Yeah, Sunday's not too bad. Monday's when the heat comes to Michigan. 96 over here. Upper Peninsula is more cooler, 60s and 70s, but 80s over here in the Western Peninsula. And yeah, Detroit, Lansing, Grand Rapids, y'all are gonna get it. The heat. If there's humidity, it's gonna. Oh yeah, humidity's gonna make it feel more hot, at least in the hundreds or something like that. Definitely feel more sticky out there on Monday morning. So watch out for that. Newfoundland. I'm afraid it doesn't go out to Newfoundland, unfortunately. It's outside USA limits, unfortunately. So I can't do Newfoundland. Oh. You okay, also? Yeah, can't do Newfoundland, unfortunately. Oh, the third viewer's back. Is that the guy who wants to see Texas? Is that the guy who wants to see Texas? Huh? If you want me to view Texas, just say it, third viewer. Ooh, 5 people watching now. Oh. Yeah. Funny. Hey. Right. The other questions I just want me to do over here. place you want me to look for? Noise in the back. This is my dog sneezing a lot over there. Oh, hello, so you can go back to sleep. Yeah. Any other states you guys want me to look at? Anything like that? Happy to do so. What's this over here? It's still blinking over there. Montana? Let's look at Montana. Right now we have some scattered rain over here. Some thunderstorms over there, some lightning. Got some snow over here, western Montana. That's what it looks like right now. Let's go to composite reflectivity. Precipitation. Let's go over here. Alright, Montana. Okay, so at 1 a.m. Yeah, it's scattered rain over here. You see, it kind of over rotates itself over Canada, Montana border back into Montana. And it brings some scattered rainfall. Yeah, it basically circles around itself. Goes to southwest, it goes south, southeast, and goes east, northeast again. Really wonky. But most of Montana can expect some sort of rain over the next couple of days, or even some snow if you're in the western, southwestern part of Montana over here. We go to the precipitation type. So it looks like for the next couple of days, some snow. There's some mixed stuff over here, like ice and stuff. And yeah, these scattered storms, possibly some heavier thunderstorms, along with some snow in Montana. Now if we go to the temperatures over here, and most of Montana's would stay pretty cool. Right now we're 40s in Montana. Some icy spots could be like 30s in the mountains over there, below freezing. Sunday, highest will be like in the mid 70s or even low 80s over here in the southeastern parts. And 40s and 50s over here in western half in the mountains. Yeah, shouldn't be too bad for Montana over here. Let's check the humidity. Relative humidity. Humidity is going to be pretty high. 80s, 90s. We're here for most of Montana. Except for a slight thing on Sunday, late morning to early afternoon. Could be a push over here into the southeast quarter, relative humidity down to 11%, 10%, 9% only. Yeah, but that'll quickly fade out and go back to the 60s and stuff. Another wave on late Monday morning, early afternoon, push to North Dakota, and I'll fade in out again. Yeah, most Montana's supposed to be pretty humid. Yeah, this is what it looks like for Montana. Any other states? Anything like that? Does Oklahoma have a chance to get ES67 and El Reno with a chance of max velocity service? Boy, I'm not even going to answer that question. But I will look at the regular risk of Oklahoma for you. Nothing in Oklahoma right now. It's dry. Compulsory reflectivity. Oh, nothing much in Oklahoma. Some scattered, or no, not scattered, isolated cells building up in western Oklahoma on Monday, just west of Woodward in the Oklahoma Panhandle over here. This could push east and northeast. This is Monday, early afternoon to late afternoon over here. Temperature wise for Oklahoma, 80s, 70s, and heat wave goes through west, specifically Oklahoma Panhandle, western Oklahoma. Temperatures get up to 107 some places, 106, 105, 104, 103. Yeah. Also, Oklahoma isn't spared. Only like the northeastern part can get to the 80s, but humidity can ruin that, definitely. Yeah. Monday, more heat, not as bad as Sunday, though. It's like what I said for Kansas earlier. Yep. And the humidity. Yep, humidity. Could be some humidity. But in the panhandle, it could be drier. Eastern Oklahoma can make 80s feel like 90 degrees temperatures if it's high enough. Sweat can't evaporate from your body properly, make you feel more sweaty, more hot, and stuff like that. Yep, this week's for Oklahoma. Any other questions? You can look at any other place, United States. Can do that for you guys. Any other states or city or something like that. Forgot to change the title to Severe Weather Outlook. Oh well. Do it after live stream's over. Kansas City, Mickey. So you want to do Kansas City. Kansas City, nothing right now. It's dry. Compulsory reflectivity. That's from earlier. Yeah, nothing much for Kansas City. Isolated shower, maybe early, late Sunday morning. Nothing much. It'll be pretty dry, Kansas City. Temperature. Get up to 95 Sunday. Make sure that humidity can make you feel like 100. Let's look at the humidity. Yeah, humidity is going to remain pretty decently high. 50s to 60s. Can make it feel more hotter. Can make it feel to 100 degrees. Alright. That's all I wanted to do for now. Tired, guys. I'm gonna hit the hay. I'm gonna brush my teeth first to hit the hay. That's all I want to do for now. Goodbye.